Practice set 12. Use the cosine formula to determine the length of side x in each triangle. Use the procedure shown in examples 37 and 38. In this triangle, we will use the acute angle that has the measurement as our reference angle and our anchor. We always begin with labeling the sides of the right triangle, starting with the longest side, the side opposite the right angle. We'll label the hypotenuse. From our reference angle, we'll next label the opposite side, and then the third side receives the label of the adjacent. Using the cosine formula, cosine of an acute angle in a right triangle is equal to the adjacent side length over the hypotenuse. Plugging in the relevant numbers, we know the angle in this problem, so we'll replace A with 28 degrees. The adjacent side is unknown. The hypotenuse has a value of 7. Next, we want to solve this equation for x. This looks a lot like an algebra equation. To undo division, we will multiply, and to maintain equality, we will multiply both sides by the value that's in the denominator, in this case, 7. On the left-hand side, we'll simplify first by finding the cosine of 28 degrees, which gives us the value of 0.8829. On the right-hand side, the 7 in the numerator cancels out the 7 in the denominator, giving us a value of 1. 1 times x is x. And our last step then to finish is to do the multiplication 7 times this decimal value, and rounding that result to the nearest tenth gives us a value for x, or the length of our adjacent side, of 6.22. In problem number 3, we'll use this acute angle that has the measurement for us in this right triangle as our reference angle. Next, label the sides of the triangle, starting with the longest side, the side opposite the right angle, called the hypotenuse, with A as our reference angle. Through the triangle, we'll label the opposite side, and the third side is the adjacent side. Using the cosine ratio, which is adjacent over the hypotenuse, to solve this, cosine of the acute angle in a right triangle, which in this problem is 60 degrees, is equal to the adjacent, that's the measurement we're trying to determine, over the hypotenuse, which has a value of 12. Solving this equation, we want to get x by itself. To undo a division, we will multiply, and to maintain equality, what we do to one side, we will do to the other. On the left-hand side, simplify by finding the cosine of 60 degrees. When you use your calculator, you should find that that is 0.5. The 12 in the numerator over the 12 in the denominator, 12 divided by 12 is 1, canceling out, leaving us with x times 1 divided by 1 is x. And the last step then is to multiply our decimal value of 0.5 by 12, which gives us an answer of 6. So our adjacent side has a length of 6 for this triangle.